So, hello, welcome to Fairy Tale Podcast. Sorry we're late. I was running my mouth as per usual. I apologize.
Jesus, shut the fuck up.
I know, right? I'm sorry. Fucking
We need to
hell.
have you on more often because he doesn't ever say that when either of us tell him to shut up. It's always like,
Virgo
oh,
said shut up.
You tell me to shut up. No, no, no. Okay,
Shut the
you tell me
fuck
to
up.
shut up. You don't tell me to shut the fuck up. Yes, exactly.
Whatever.
See?
regardless. I'm pretty sure that if we did it, you'd be like, no, you, and just keep talking
Yeah.
anyway.
I have a little.
Just make
I-
me
I
sound
have a-
fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I can't piss off my guests. Come on, they'll never come back. It's like I don't want to get a bad Yelp review or something. You know?
We're not a restaurant.
I know we're not a restaurant.
Why are
but,
you on
know,
Urban Spoon?
Fairy Tale Restaurant coming soon.
To be fair,
in New
I
York
think I'd much
City.
rather
You didn't
be.
even know that you wanted it. It's that good.
To be fair, I think I'd much rather be Urban Spoon than Urban Dictionary.
There you go.
So much worse.
Probably on it. I don't know. No. Make that happen.
So, obviously we know you play Virgo, but you mentioned that you play 3 different characters. Who are the other 2, real quick?
Do you know?
No.
No?
God, no.
I play the as well as Virgo. Sometimes in an episode, I've played multiple characters on the same episode, but I'm the younger version
Young
of
Bilal.
Jalal and Mystigan.
Yes.
Yeah, so I get to have Brittany Karbowski and Colleen Klinkenbeard as love interests. That's pretty awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'm on day. I think on a weekly basis, I get to have a love interest with Elfman. So there we go.
Well, I guess, and as Virgo, I'm pretty much in love with Jeremy, which is like real life there. So
Oh man, except for recently. Recently, that's not as true.
yeah, I've been getting a lot of updates.
Have you?
Yes, a lot. I'm like, I want to be surprised if we dub it. Just leave me alone.
Well, you look really cool in the new characters.
Yeah. My husband was like, I would be cool if you cosplayed as that. I'm like, thank you for letting me know. That's fine.
Fairy Tale roleplay.
Thanks for putting that out there.
So okay,
Not the main-
obviously it's Black Friday. We're not going to do anything special. The show's not suddenly going to turn dark just because it's Black Friday. But it is a very big geeky day. If you haven't seen it, you need to hurry up and go check it out. The teaser trailer for Star Wars Episode 7 came out today, and I was actually very, very happy with a lot of the visuals, having gone through a lot of animation and these kind of things. Like, we had to sit there and break down trailers and stuff when I was in school. So, I mean, from my standpoint, I'm like, oh my god, I love how they fixed this, or how they incorporated the way that the little bits of CG actually fit very, very well with the practical stuff. I was very pleased with that. But that's my standpoint. But just as a general geek, I'm interested in what you think. Terry, what you think?
My dad raised me on Star Wars and Trek and all the action movies, so I'm just really conflicted in a lot of things. But it actually made me really, really excited, because like the prequels, they were like overdone. It's like, oh hey, I have this really awesome pie, cool. Oh no, let me put some whipped cream on it. Okay, I guess I can deal with whipped cream. Oh, and a cherry. I actually don't like cherry. Stop messing with the pie. And it did.
Yes.
It looked just right. Yeah.
I've had to do this for 3 friends on Facebook several times, and they're like, I want to hope, but I don't want the prequel. And I'm like, dude, it's not going to be like the prequel. And they're like, why? I was like, because George Lucas is not directing it. It all comes down to this. I have seen all of those actors in other films do things that were amazing, do amazing acting. So when it all comes down to it, I look at Episode 1 compared to Episode 5 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
Lucas directed Episode 4. Kirshner directed 5. I can't remember the director that did 6. But there's still a very different tone overall to how those were handled. And
That's
generally,
I
when
agree.
Lucas doesn't direct his own stuff, the actors are given a bit more leeway and free reign to actually explore the character. So, as much as you may not like Hayden Christensen, not entirely his fault, people.
Well,
I've
that's with
seen Life as a
anything. That's
House.
with absolutely anything. Yeah, of course. I reference that too. But like when people say they don't like I've directed some anime, they're like, I really hated Tia Ballard in this. Oh, no one would say that because that's a dumb thing to say.
First off.
But
Yeah.
I'm like, well, if you hate it, don't hate Tia Ballard. Hate me because I thought that performance was great. So you can hate me all you want.
I thought it was wonderful. I don't care.
I thought it was amazing.
P.S. My favorite part of the trailer was the little round robot, the spherical one.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was adorable.
It was so cute. I don't even.
Just purely from a visual effects shot of like incorporating just amazing footage and CG together. I love the flight of the X-wings over the lake.
Oh yeah, that was
beautiful.
Really pretty too. The whole thing.
And-
the whole thing.
That's really.
And
yeah,
I
right.
loved, of course, I also love seeing the Millennium Falcon in all of its glory, but also they've corrected things that they couldn't do before, like the Falcon actually flies in atmosphere as physics demands that it fly.
I mean,
That was nice, and seeing the jet trail behind it was really cool.
right?
Yeah.
Physics is.
Nerding
But here's the
out
thing:
today.
we really shouldn't listen to physics because it's a bitch.
It is a bitch.
Physics always says no. Like, I dropped a needle earlier, and I searched everywhere I thought it would be, and then it was, my sister found it, and I was like, how did it get over there? Like, a foot away and in a different direction.
I love how the person that
Yeah.
says we should not listen to physics is the scientist.
I know, because that's why I can say it.
Yeah, my husband's a big science dork too, but yeah, it's that, like, I always reference Finding Nemo when they were animating it. They're like, wait, fish don't swim backwards. And the director was like, yeah, they don't talk either. Let it go.
Right?
Let it go. He was already predicting the next winner.
Do fish not swim backwards? I feel like some of them do. Oh, now I'm like
I'm like,
confused.
wait,
I never thought of that before.
someone is wrong on the internet. Hold on.
Well, I mean, let's go yell at them and
We must stop them at full force.
many an expletive. Also, we have to use
Many
improper
expletive.
grammar. All caps, improper grammar, and many an expletive. Let's go yell at them.
Go be preserved.
Yes.
Right? Like what?
It was like the all the nerds that were nitpicking about Guardians of the Galaxy in that like 30 seconds in or less than 30 seconds that they were in vacuum or whatever.
Oh yeah. Well,
Like,
I'm
but
like,
they're totally
catch this
fine
and
with the world being saved by the power of friendship. Okay.
Yeah.
right?
No.
I
The
I know,
world
I-
was saved thanks
Both of those
to awesome dance moves. That's how the world was saved.
yeah.
With
You're
dance.
like, what are you doing? I'm distracting you, you idiot! Bam! I'm like, oh, he had good one-liners.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a cute
I
movie.
know I'm gonna go see it. Even though I think the overall premise of making a new one is stupid. But I will go see Jurassic World, and I
Oh
don't
my
think
god!
I don't think making another Jurassic Park is stupid. I think genetically engineering a new type of dinosaur that is above and beyond the rest is
It's
the
so
dumbest possible idea ever.
Well, they were going to do a dino-human hybrid. So they
That's
dropped
okay.
that. Yeah. I love Jurassic Park. Watching the trailer made me, again, it seemed like not exactly like Star Wars, but I'm like, I forgot how much this is a big part of my childhood. I love it.
I love Jurassic Park. The book is so good.
I've
I
never
love
read
the fact that there's already a meme of, you know, the scene where he's riding the motorcycle through the raptors.
Yeah, that's my desktop now.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. There's a picture of Pratt on the motorcycle with the raptors around him. He's got the Star-Lord helmet. And it says, "We will follow." It says, It says, "We will follow your lead, Star-Lord." And I'm like, oh my god. Or like, we got this one, Star-Lord and the Raptor Squad.
That would be
Just like,
terrifying. Just like a bunch
Yeah.
of raptors. Well, Jurassic Park raptors. Actual raptors would probably be fine. Jurassic Park raptors and what they have learned about them since they're totally different.
They are
Yeah.
terrifying, though. Still, those Jurassic
No.
Park raptors are terrifying.
Jurassic Park raptors, yes. Actual raptors,
Actual
probably
raptors,
not.
Have you seen the YouTube video where they actually replaced the raptors from the first movie scene when they're in the
With cats?
with the cats with giant, like they put cats in there and make them look giant? It's adorably hilarious.
No, I've seen the dog one where
Oh my
they
God, is that a
replaced
dog
the
one?
Brachiosaurus or Brontosaurus with a pug. That was funny.
Amazing.
One of these days, I will get a dog that looks like Clifford. I will spray it red. I will film it, and then I will put it in all these different scenes and locales to make it look like
Be
the big one.
arrested for dyeing a dog
I was
red.
going to say, I don't think you should do that.
Just not do that.
I don't think
I'm
I've
not going to go frame by frame and Photoshop it. It's just not happening. It'll be a lot easier just to dye it red real quick, and then
Just-
just
I mean, people dye their dogs all the time, but
like
you should not dye it.
with washable dye. Washable dye.
I was gonna say, I have seen dyed dogs, like pink, poodles, blue, I think is maybe the only other color I've ever seen.
Seen pink a lot, yeah, and blue.
And you're like, why are you dyeing your dog?
Mm.
Also, I believe that if it fits inside of a purse, it does not technically count as a dog.
Also, if it's, what does Chef Dunham say? Terrified by a falling leaf, easily drop kicked over a fence, or bounces when it barks.
If it bounces when it barks.
Not a dog. Terrified by a falling leaf. Not a dog. If I can drop kick it over my back fence. Not a dog. It's a yapping beanie baby.
And now that we're
I'd buy that.
a yapping beanie baby. Yeah.
No, not at all. No. That is a lie. I'm lying to you.
Okay, that's good to know.
Just about
That's
you
my
lying?
cat's mom that way, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, mommy's here. Mommy, podcast mommy, I guess. Like, technically
It's
that.
really weird to be called mommy.
Like,
Oh, I was like, what are
technically
you
that
talking
anime
about?
show is the.
I thought you meant your mom, and I was like,
podcast plus.
Like,
I thought you meant your mom, and I was like, that? What?
No, my mom. My mom does live in Texas now, but no.
yeah, your mom's at my house
Yeah, she's
Oh.
making me a smoothie. I'm gonna put on my
Making
Virgo
you a
outfit
smoothie.
later.
That means my dad's somewhere on his laptop playing solitaire again.
No, Dad. I don't like your dad, no.
Not allowed.
Oh God, no. But no, that anime show podcast. Wow. I'm gonna stop. Kit, Mary Jane, show's yours. Have fun.
I don't want to do that. There is a question from one of. We have a comment question.
Yes.
Daryl wants
please.
to know what it's like playing Virgo.
It's interesting. I got cast originally, like when all of us first got cast, I came in on the first contract to do Walla, which mostly consisted of being amazed by Ian Sinclair and going, oh, and being a bird.
Well,
And then Tyler brought us all in one at a time after we did our Walla and was like, okay, this is who you're going to be playing. And he pulled up the Fairy Tale wiki page. And I'm like, that's not what I'm seeing on screen. I'm seeing a giant woman that really loves Chris Ayres. Which, I mean, hey, I'm all for that. And he's like, no, in a couple of episodes, she's going to change forms. I'm like, so I don't have to talk like a female Buffalo Bill forever? He's like, no, you don't. And then, yeah, I did a totally new voice. And she got really pervy and weird and deadpan, and that's just kind of me.
Hooray!
Hooray! And yeah, then it just became like every time I'd come in, I'm like, all right, who needs some sexual innuendo and a hole dug? Like, yeah.
That's funny.
And
I love Virgo.
Jeremy and I totally go with it. I don't ever call her Jeremy anymore. I call her Princess. And we did a convention together not too long ago, and we were getting in the car, and at one point I tripped, and her face went straight into my boobs. I'm like, somewhere some fan's head is exploding. Like, Jesus. Like, and her mom's just like, she's probably right.
If someone died because of the fan fiction happening in life.
I love playing Virgo.
If you're gonna land somewhere, at least it's a comfortable landing spot.
Yeah.
Boobs are a cushion of sorts.
Sometimes.
Yeah. It's better than landing on just raw bone. That's never good. Like if you land on like the shoulder blade or anything like that, that's not gonna feel comfortable at all.
Like when
landing on you. I mean, if somebody's landing on you, you're gonna be uncomfortable because that'll hurt.
See, I was wondering how long it was gonna take me to mention boobs, and I'm like, oh hey, boobs. Woo, boobs? Sorry.
We talk about them quite frequently.
But yes, no, Virgo is awesome, and I never. Sometimes my husband sees stuff and he's like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Why not?"
Duh. Best answer. And then there's a second part, and you kind of mentioned that you want to be surprised for when you're voicing it, but they want to know what you think of the Eclipse version.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited because, well, like, okay, I also get to play bad guys like Jalal going dark side and stuff like that, but I've never really played an evil woman. And actually, I realized, and I even tweeted about it, like, I don't think I've ever had a love interest that was a man, ever, in any of my characters in the 7 years I've voice acted. I don't think I've ever, never. But, I've never really gotten to play female evil, and this Virgo, people have shown me clips or sent me photos directly, from, official sites, sometimes not official, which I'm like, hey, thanks. But stop doing that. I'm really, really, really excited. I'm keeping up with it on Funimation.com, like through the Elite subscription. So I'm watching it, and Tyler and I are geeking out about it, going, because I don't know, it's going to be very, very different.
We don't have nearly as much money to burn, so we're doing it on Crunchyroll. Otherwise, we can't do both at the same time, unfortunately.
No, that's fine.
I mean, it's still an official source. People, you have options. Do either or. I don't care.
You do have options, and honestly, at the end of the day, I'm glad you're watching it, but yeah, if you're watching it illegally, don't tell me because I will slap a bitch.
Also, all of our dubs all of our manga dubs are now done over Crunchyroll Simulpub. We were super happy when they finally got that going on. So we end up dubbing the most recent chapters that we end up dubbing because the most current chapters are free for that week, and then they become subscriber stuff the following week, like whatever week it is. And we do our show on Monday, and the new chapter comes out the next day, on Tuesday, around about the same time that we start the show anyway. So it's like after we get done with the show, you've got less than 24 hours for the next chapter. Yay!
That's really cool. Yeah, I watch shows on Crunchyroll. Like, I just finished Monthly Girls, Nazuki-kun, and I love that show. Yeah, I'm obsessed. I like Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll's cool.
I just got addicted to Haikyuu, which, oh, please, 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 I want Funimation to pick that up. But it's a Shonen Jump series about volleyball, a boys' volleyball team.
Oh, I should watch that. Except I don't like boys' volleyball.
Yes.
I didn't like baseball really that much, and I directed an anime about that.
Yeah.
And I love
Diamond No Ace is another series, baseball series that I watched that I got really into, like super hardcore into that series. I played Little League, so I had a little bit of leeway with that. With volleyball, I knew nothing, so it was kind of like, cool, I'm learning what different positions do in volleyball.
I mean, I played volleyball. I played volleyball. I love volleyball. I don't like guys volleyball because it's overpowered. You're like, serve? No. Oh, you returned it. Oh, but then you hit, and they couldn't. Okay. Good. Good rally. You returned a serve, and then you hit it too hard, and they couldn't return your hit. Sweet. Excellent.
I have no idea. I'm a theater dork. I don't
get it. I love volleyball. I love playing volleyball. It's so much fun.
I also like Kuroko no Basket, or Kuroko's Basketball, or the I think it's just called Kuroko's Basketball.
I'm so out of it.
Right.
It's the third season will be coming out in January, but it's a really, really interesting series. I don't really know a lot about basketball. I'm not that big into sports. I'm like
play basketball. My mom thought I was going to be really good because I'm 5'11", and she was wrong. But
that was why my mom played volleyball, or not volleyball, basketball, was because she was tall.
Yeah,
she was
like,
also.
I think there are other requirements. I don't think it's, hey, are you this tall?
She was also lacking other parts of it.
Yeah. No, I love hockey.
Other members of my family played, but I'm like that. I'm 5'8". There was no way it was happening. So
you could. It's fine. I'm pretty sure that there was a player on the Utah Jazz that was like 5'6". He could hop though.
Yeah, go him, and so could Muggsy Bogues, but I'm not that athletic.
Well, see, there's another problem. Height is not.
I have these things
we have
called
already talked about how height is a non-issue.
Yeah. And now a lull.
Because there are other issues. There are other things. Sorry, I'm checking. We don't have any other questions from the comments.
There are other issues like my lack of caring.
Yes.
And not wanting to get sweaty for no reason. Yes.
I'm gonna let that one go.
Right.
Oh no! If I'm gonna get sweaty, there's gonna be a legit reason behind it. I don't consider sports to be a decent reason. So that one.
I definitely do.
I'll dig my own holes, Virgo. I have a shovel.
What?
Good for you.
That was.
She's like, who needs a hole dug? And I was like, I'll just dig my own. Thank you.
I'm really good at digging myself into a hole. I'm really terrible about getting myself out of the hole.
Once in a while, after 3 years worth of trying, I managed to crawl out. After about 3 years worth of trying, I managed to crawl out of the hole.
I'm pretty sure I haven't gotten out of any of the holes I've dug myself.
I totally own the hole and basically just widen the hole till other people fall in with me, and then we just.
Yes, that was a great idea. I'm gonna have to start.
I think mine is after a while I stop digging down and I just start digging sideways and then like I start digging at a slight incline until I've gotten out. Or I've thrown so much dirt behind me that there is no chance for oxygen to pass through, and I just suffocate. There we go.
Well,
either one of those.
Still alive.
That's because I'm a gamer.
The second one hasn't happened.
I've died several times. I'm a gamer. I respawn.
Okay, here's the thing. That's not real life.
You don't know.
I've been hit by a car and I'm never like, restart. Like, no.
You don't know. Maybe that's what reincarnation really is.
It's you just.
To be fair, I've never been hit by a car either. Like I've never been in a situation where I've needed to like respawn. I just
start treating life like a video.
I've been in several situations in which I wish I had respawned.
Nope.
We're gonna get deep here.
No. Okay, no. I was in the military. I've been overseas in combat.
I was gonna say,
There are times I wish that the Konami code worked on real life. So.
That did not smell good.
What happened?
I found a thing, and I decided that I wanted to know what it smelled like, and it smells awful. I am in a room that I'm not normally in.
Well, congratulations. You wanted to know what it smelled like,
What does
like
it smell
all.
like? I need to know. What does it smell
See,
like?
it's purple, so I thought it would be lavender, but it smells kind of just like overly perfumed lavender soap. Like
It smells
it's
like
got
a
like
baby
this.
prostitute.
Maybe. I don't know what that smells like.
That, apparently.
Excellent.
Welcome
Noted.
to the show where we eat tiny humans.
What do you mean, welcome to the show? That was like 20 minutes ago.
Where we eat tiny humans.
Oh,
No,
well,
I don't.
I-
I've been tiny human free for a while now.
I'm just saying, if people aren't meant to be eaten, then why are we made of meat?
I think that this is not a good argument.
Other geekery though. Other things that I saw that I was really really stoked about that happened in like geek and science. Let's move on to science. 3D printer. They printed the first item from their 3D printer in the International Space Station.
Ooh, 3D printers are so cool.
Yeah, you know what they printed?
What?
They printed a piece that they needed for their printer.
Well,
They printed.
presumably
they
not
printed,
the 3D printer, because otherwise it wouldn't
I
have
would
worked.
hope not, but no. Apparently, what they printed out was a. You know, when you print out regular paper, it slides out onto the.
Tray?
Yeah, that they printed one of those out for their actual
Tray?
printer. So, yeah, sure that's not what they called it, but whatever.
There are 2 printers in the near vicinity. I don't know why there are 2 printers in this room. It seems like an excessive number of printers.
It's a business room, I guess, or maybe just a room where junk stays and congregates.
That's the second one.
It's there to make friends with other junk. It is a junk party.
There's
Yeah,
a
I have that room.
screwdriver.
It's right back here. It's called the whatever room. And it's just whatever.
Guess what I just found?
Holy
It still exists. Floppy disk.
do exist.
2 of them. I bet that some of our guildmates in the comments are going to have no idea what that's for. Because I know that we have some fairly young viewers.
Stumbled onto something that I thought still existed in school, but apparently doesn't. Apparently, cootie catchers are no longer a thing.
Yeah, they are. I totally made one like 2 months ago.
What are
No,
those?
apparently they're not in
I'm gonna make
school.
one.
Like little kids
Oh, that doesn't surprise
don't
me.
know what the heck they are.
I don't know what they are.
keyboards. I'm gonna make one. I found some paper. I'm gonna make one. Excuse me while I tap out for a little bit.
It's the triangular looking piece of paper that had like numbers and stuff on the inside, and you open it like this.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make one anyways. I've already started.
I've always heard them called cootie catchers, and I was like, that's a weird name, but whatever.
I've
They
never.
used to tell your fortune. They were fortune
Welcome to
tellers.
how people in Tennessee talk. It's weird.
What? What? I call them fortune tellers or cootie catchers.
You called them
I've
cutie.
never heard them called cootie catchers.
I called them cootie catchers. They were also called fortune tellers because you wrote a fortune on the inside.
I didn't need to hear the
Or
word
we did.
fortune. I had the worst fortune cookie thing ever today.
Oh.
It's only because I got started along with several of my friends of doing the whole game where when you read a fortune cookie, whatever the
In
fortune
bed.
says has to end with in bed, and it was the most horrible thing ever.
Was it like at
I was-
8 p.m. you're going to die? Like what?
In bed. I was gonna say, are you not going to elaborate? Like, come on.
Oh no, I don't really wanna because it broke my brain for quite a long
Here's the
time.
thing. Here's the thing. You need to tell us what your fortune was.
It involved my mother in some capacity, which is the
Oh.
reason why I will not be using the term in bed at the end of it at all.
Yeah, that would have been weird. I just want to know what the fortune is and why it was so bad.
I didn't keep it.
You know what it said
Have you
though.
I was gonna say, you know what it said.
I don't remember what it said. I just remember that it horrified me.
You blocked it from your memory.
Yes, I did.
I know something horrible happened. I just don't know what.
I remember that it was that when I read it and I finished it in bed, I felt a severe desire to invent the brain toothbrush and just clean the brain real quick.
Brain bleach. Brain bleach kind of needs to be a thing.
The brain leech sometimes needs to be a thing.
Brain bleach. Brain leech.
No, I think a brain leech needs to be a thing too sometimes.
I don't think so. I don't know what that is. Why would that be a good thing? I disagree.
If it could weed out certain elements of over-aggression, I would be all for it.
I don't think that's how that works.
No. Like,
no,
not at all.
No.
Right? I disagree.
I'm sure if if ever they invent a brain leech, they will invent brain leech repellent.
Here's the thing that brain leeches were not a viable medical treatment when they were a medical treatment.
And yet they are. And yet maggots are safe because they only eat dead flesh.
Maggots are awesome / really gross. One of these
/ really gross.
Yay! There it is. I love it. Yeah, I've never successfully made one of those. Ever.
I used to make them all the time in 5th grade. I'm pretty sure I haven't made one since 5th grade. I'm kind of proud of myself.
You should be. That looks awesome.
I'm not creative enough to put things on it anymore, but
yeah, I love it.
If I had if I knew what the fortune was, I'd put the fortune.
Don't you dare! I'm so glad I don't remember now.
Whatever, you totally do. You're just pretending not to.
No, I seriously just don't remember.
Terry and I, no.
Yeah, you're that girl at the party. It's like, no, serious, you guys. I don't want to talk about it.
Just give me more alcohol.
What it is.
You're missing the hair twirl. No, I don't want to.
I don't want it.
I think you guys are overestimating my memory.
Have you slept since then? This is actually.
There.
Yes, I took a nap.
Okay, well then there, yeah.
Never mind.
I've slept since then.
See, you should have just led with that one.
I can't remember.
My Instagram, my fortunes, yeah.
I remember it was horrid.
Memory is hard.
Oh, we have many
So.
Many a comment.
Ooh,
yeah,
really?
are there comments?
One is maggots. And the other is somebody. The person asked the questions and then was like, "But I can't watch live, so
ask it anyway. They can watch it later."
No, that question's already asked. That's what I told them. No.
Maggot.
Ow! I just hit my elbow on the desk.
I heard that.
I was gonna ask something and now I can't remember because it was my funny nerve. It's not really a bone, so I make sure to call it what it is.
The humerus.
No, it's not the humerus. It's the nerve between your humerus and your ulna. And it hurts a lot when you hit it.
Did you strike your weenus?
Yeah, I hit my funny nerve, my funny bone.
You hit your weenus, didn't you?
I did. Real hard. In fact, it hurt a lot.
We're bringing it back, man. Look, I'm touching my weenus live on the internet. I'm touching my weenus.
That was a little bit ridiculous. One of the more ridiculous things I think that's ever happened.
She leans in.
She says, "Okay," and so now I'm leaving.
What's your weenus in public?
She's like, and with that, I'm leaving.
Wait, I have the appropriate replacement.
What?
What?
A replacement?
I have the appropriate replacement.
Scared.
All right, I'm worried.
I'm going to be very upset.
I don't have faith in your ability to do so. Oh no. Dogs, so cute.
How dare you, sir? That dog's like, screw this. That's right. That dog is a great replacement for me because it's like, I want out.
I'm out. But At least your replacement is as adorable as you are, because he has eyebrows.
He is more
We were
adorable than
talking
me.
about dogs? Is that what happened? My dog came upstairs because I think he knows we're talking, and he's showing you his butt.
See, mine's hidden away with my husband right now.
Okay.
Dude, he's got his bow tie on for Thanksgiving weekend.
Like, your dogs are not having it.
Oh, back up so we can see your bow tie. We can't see your bow tie.
That's because my dog is afraid of everything.
So is mine. Here's his bow tie.
Love it.
He's so dapper.
Bow ties are cool. Bow ties are very cool.
Okay.
Yay! Bow ties are cool.
Hank.
Hank, you want to look around, show everybody your fabulous eyebrows?
Yeah, I love that I love dogs with eyebrows.
The eyebrows are the cutest thing because, like, when he looks around, they move. And...
Well, yeah, but he looks like a girl I went to high school with that like did her eyebrows too short.
Hank,
and it looked like she was worried.
What are you doing? He's a suitable replacement, I believe.
He is pretty damn adorable. It's annoying.
Yay. You're adorable, Hank. You're adorable. Look at you. What you doing?
But then we can't talk about things.
There's so much stuff you can talk about with Terry. She is an all-around geek.
Well, yeah, I know, but Hank wouldn't answer. Is what I meant.
Yeah, but he's watched a lot of the stuff with me.
Yeah, I'll just dub him later. It's fine.
Awesome. Remember, very
then
timid.
Then you have a male love interest. But,
yes!
You know, not romantic.
Let's hope not. Oh, this is getting weird. This is getting weird.
You gotta, like, do a really, really good job of, like, not knocking over my heater.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I didn't. But dogs
I'm apologizing.
Dogs love their humans. It just isn't.
Apparently he is far more camera shy than I thought.
At least today. Normally he's okay.
Well, that's if I'm back in the living room and he's laying down on his couch, because that's his spot. Or at least he still likes to think it is. It is not his spot anymore.
Yeah, my dog.
I don't like to let him back on the couch.
I can't watch things that I'm in with my dog around. Actually, I can't watch Fairy Tale around my dog. If I show up, because when I'm like naturally, this is my natural voice. But with Virgo, my dog's name is Zoe. I talk to Zoe in my Virgo voice. So Virgo came on at one point and she's like, I brought this over from the celestial world, and my dog like ran in, like, what the hell is going on?
Mom said something. I heard it.
I'm on TV.
We have one of our Serpent 17 wonders if there's ever been a line of Virgos that has just you kind of been like, what? And laughed really hard at, maybe in the recording booth or otherwise, but
every
everyone.
Every session, there was, oh God. Well, it's really funny. Sometimes if you get stuck on a line, Tyler gives you a read. Tyler Walker gives you a read. So Tyler Walker technically has a Virgo voice that he talks to me in.
Amazing.
Yeah, so, Tyler's this really stalky guy, but he's like, I'm sorry, princess. I'm like, can you stop whispering in my ear? It's really creeping me out.
You're making this worse.
Yeah, so sometimes I'm like,
I have a husband. Please stop this.
Oh, I'm like, I will call Heather. I will do it. But
and he's married.
No, there's been a few lines where I'm like, I'm about to say this, and he's like, yeah, you are. I'm like,
no.
But, yeah. I think the first punishment line was kind of like I'm sorry, what? What's happening? Like, yeah, you're kind of like, that's kind of your thing. You asked to be punished. I'm like,
is it? Really? Why?
All right, let's do this. And yeah, it's progressively gotten worse where I'm like, oh, I'm in a bikini now, and I'm talking to Romeo very suggestively. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, asking about the lewd lines, I guess, specifically. I missed that part. But, yeah. I mean, they're all kind of...
Yeah, I mean, she's asking to be punished and, stuff like that. No, the lewd lines, actually, I mean, I directed a show called Rin, Daughters of Mnemosyne, which is basically the X-Files with lesbians.
I watched the first 2 episodes of that, and then I got distracted, and I haven't watched any more of them. But
It's
I like
one of
it a
my
lot.
favorite shows. It's one of my favorite shows that I've ever directed, and I'm also in it as a sexy informant. But
I haven't
yeah,
gotten
so
there.
doing something like that and doing Virgo, I'm like, oh, Virgo's
Tame.
not that tame. Virgo's tame.
That's funny.
She's pretty tame. Yeah.
Also, I did not know how to say that.
Mnemosyne?
Yeah, I had no idea how to say it. I
Yeah.
think I said it differently every time I read it in my head.
Well, so did Tatum and I, because Tatum and I directed it together. J. Michael Tatum, excuse me. But we're like Rin. We just say Rin, and they're like Rin. Oh yeah, it's Rin, Daughters of Mnemosyne, and they're like, I'm sorry, what? It's like
Excuse me, what?
MN. They're like, wait, what? MN. Like, just say Mnemosyne, or you can just. We started saying it like Mnemosyne.
Bless you. I really like that show. I haven't gotten to. I've only watched the first 2 episodes because I got distracted. But
I love that show. Yeah.
Wait. Is this one of the things that's my fault because I got you distracted by making you read a new series?
no. Because the episodes are like 45 minutes long, and I tend to get distracted on hour-long shows. I get distracted on hour-long shows because there's only, at least when Netflix had it, I don't know if they still do. There were only 6 episodes. Bummer. That means dang it, I blew it.
I forget what it's on, but no, it's a great show. And
no, I really liked it.
Yeah, one really cool thing about the show is usually when you watch a show that has a show about it or like characters that are immortal, you still see them in, the context of day to day, where what Rin does is the first episode's like 1990, the second one's 1991, the third one's 20 years later, the fourth one 5 after that, blah blah, or like even 30 after that. And that's what you should do with an immortal show, is show that they're immortal.
Right? I watched the first one. I was like, wait, I'm very confused. And then it came out immortal, and I was like, this is so interesting. And the floaty things, and I still haven't.
Heavily tied to Greek mythology and the Mnemosyne, and
the tree.
Todd's the main bad guy in it. The tree is Yggdrasil, yeah.
Yggdrasil. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Todd's fantastic in that. He actually creeped me out.
So, yet again, another series where Todd is the bad guy and Yggdrasil is involved.
Yep.
Well, yeah, no, there was a show that I actually was voice acting in, and Christopher Bevins directed, and the thing was, the girl was hitting on Todd Haberkorn, which is so difficult to do because he's so ugly. It's funny because he's actually very attractive. But at one point, my character's like, "Well, I could give you a tour," and he creeps me out, and I go, never mind. And I couldn't get the line, and Christopher Bevins just got on, and he went, "Act like Todd's actually hitting on you," and I got it.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm plugging in my phone, my computer.
That's really funny. Apparently, Tiger Queen says she heard that this weekend Funimation.com is selling Fairy Tale Collection 1 and 2 together for Black Friday sale.
Black Swan.
Just in case anybody's curious.
Black Swan.
Black Swan. I have not seen
Black
that.
Swan.
No,
Black Swan.
Probably
another show on Crunchyroll that you would agree, Mira, that we should get, that Terry should check out. I can't understand what my husband is saying.
Oh God, they're like 3.5 minute episodes, and they're so adorable.
They're only 3-minute long episodes.
I don't understand how something that's that short can be so adorable, but it is.
That's what she said.
Oh, I really poor dude, whoever she said it to.
But
no, that's so adorable.
They are 3-minute long episodes, and they're unbelievably cute. Unbelievably cute.
I'll check it out. I will have to check it out. Yeah, I'm always checking out new things. I think I tend to go for slice of life type of stuff, or of course horror. But yeah.
Well, then you definitely like the show we just mentioned because it is slice of life.
It is.
I can't understand what my husband is saying. Basically, this normal Japanese chick marries an otaku dude, and she doesn't understand half of the otaku references. Like, there's a moment where he just, like, she says something. I don't remember what it said, specifically she said. He was looking at his computer, and the next thing, he's got a very serious expression, and he's got Kenshin's cross-shaped scar on his face.
Oh, I think it was in the first episode.
That was in the very first episode.
And then they also have Naruto's Datebayo. One of the characters says that, and it's like, ah.
See, now you get all the
I really
Naruto
enjoyed the
references.
one time when we were talking about Friends. That was funny. I don't know. It's
also, if you
cute.
just need a good laugh, I think it's the Jimmy Kimmel Show. They had Lisa Kudrow and Jennifer Aniston
Have a curse off. Oh my god.
have a curse off. Yes, that was just that was beautiful.
Well, I love cussing. I really, really do.
It's awesome.
It's pretty fucking awesome, man.
Yeah. I mean, we're a little more tame on here than we were on Konoha Corner, which I don't really understand why. But people, basically, when I had to describe Konoha Corner, I was like, it's basically a 90-minute long "that's what she said" joke with Naruto sprinkled in. That's basically our show. That was how I described it. We were kind of like that in the beginning of this one, but I think we kind of started pulling back from that once we realized we were live, and we realized that there were.
It's very different when it's live.
We were live, and then we realized we had fans who were 12 that were checking us out, and I was like, we're going to tone back a little bit, but I mean, we're still going to talk like we're in college or whatever.
Yeah, well, like that anime show I did for 4 years, and I still get, I was in Alberta last month for this really cool first-year con called Roast of the Anime, and there's like 13-year-olds, like, I listen to that anime show, and I'm looking at her mom like, But yeah,
I've had those experiences myself where somebody will come up and be like, "I listen to you guys. Oh my god, I was such a fan of Konoha Corner." Looking at this kid, I'm like, "You're not even old enough to have ID." I look at their parents. I'm like,
how did you even
listen to this? Do you have any idea?
You're not allowed to listen.
It's like I can't stand in the middle of a convention in front of all of the public and just stop and just say, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" to the parent. But they're in my head. I kind of want to.
Times you want to.
There are times where I'm like
TWSS. I don't know what that means.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Like
TWSS stands for that's what she said.
Yeah, I get it now. I just would not have.
True
I'm
facts.
bad with that. I'm terrible. I'm terrible with acronyms.
True facts about comments on YouTube.
True facts. They don't.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Our comments are
That is
true.
how the owl do.
Actually, yeah, there are some cool comments. I really love when I see a positive comment like, "Hey, I didn't have to say this, but I'm saying this to, just say it because I'm positive." But if it's like, "Hey, so, why are you alive? Why haven't you killed yourself?" I'm like, "Well,
because I don't want to."
Thank you for your comment. I love feedback. I'll see what I can do, but I don't really see that working out. But have a great day. Thank you.
I don't see that one working out for me favorably. So.
Or I've been trying. I think I'm immortal.
I think I've gotten at least one of those in the troll. We've gotten a troll comment like that once before, and somebody was asking, "Why haven't I gone and killed myself once?" Or "Why haven't I gone and killed myself already?"
You disappeared off the side of the screen, P.S.
I kind of did. But
I keep wanting to move.
why haven't you
like
just
my
gone and
computer.
killed yourself? Somebody just goes, "Why haven't you just gone and killed yourself?" And I was like, "Well, I tried and succeeded when I was a teenager, but the goddamn paramedics."
They thought they had a different idea.
I will the second I stop reading YouTube comments that are negative, but so I'm going to be here a while. I don't know.
I just said, I mean, that was what I thought in my head because I did have that time in my past where I was that person, and technically I did succeed because I was clinically dead for 2 minutes, and then I was resuscitated and all that other stuff. And then the next idea that popped in my head was, well, I guess I can't die until they invent the hoverboard. So
Right?
maybe that's what it is. The hoverboard. It's totally that. It's not up to they've made one, but it's not quite up to spec yet, so I have to keep going.
It's really, really noisy.
Keep going until you just can't. Let's leave it at that.
I think I'm gonna have to
Right?
keep going.
That's what I'm gonna
the
do.
World
That's my plan.
Series. I think I'm gonna have to keep going until the Cubs win the World Series. So I'll probably be alive for a long, long time. They've managed to go an entire century without winning, so I think my chances are amazing.
I just got this comment that was from 8 minutes ago, but it says, "Would you say you and your character have a rocky relationship?"
Ah ha ha!
I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. It was funny.
Yay! Avatar: The Last Airbender.
She says, "No, don't say shit like that." You're getting
The
some guy.
Older dear asking Avatar: The Last Airbender questions.
The Boulder is not asking Avatar: The Last Airbender questions.
Yeah, no, that's a quote from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Would you say that you and Aang have a rocky relationship?
Oh, I don't
Ember
remember
Island
that.
player.
Oh, which is the episode I have seen the most, but clearly don't remember, apparently.
Obviously.
It's not good. I just know the top lines. Sound like a really
top
buff dude.
My name's Tom
And
because
nothing.
it sounds like tough.
Sounds like tough. Avatar: The Last Airbender is so great.
You've lost me. I'm totally.
Avatar: The Last Airbender is so good. You should watch it in all of your spare time that you totally have.
Avatar: The Last Airbender. Avatar: The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra. You should be watching.
Okay, no. It's Nick.
It's actually Rob McCullum who says that.
I know, which is great because it's Master Makarov. Oh, question. Have
No,
you?
it's Jalal.
Oh, Jalal. Duh. No, it's Arbus Elliott that's Makarov. My bad.
Yeah, who is equally amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been meaning. I've had this question for a while, and I just remembered. Oh yeah, I should probably ask it. Have you checked out the abridged fairy tale by Pallet Town Champions?
No.
It is actually quite hilarious.
I
Believe it or
rather
not,
enjoyed their Virgo.
Virgo is a total man's voice, and
Awesome.
when he finally changes form, like in gorilla mode, it actually seems right, like it's this butch dude voice, and then when she changes back to the cute petite mode, it's still the same voice, and they're like, can you change the voice? That is the one thing I cannot do.
That actually would
so-
be funnier. I think I might implement that.
It was rather hilarious.
On top of that, like the whole Urza thing is just unbelievably hilarious.
Rhetorical question.
This is like, is anybody gonna, like, her first appearance? They go, is anybody gonna ask me about the horn? Somebody asks about the horn. She just beats the hell out of them. Rhetorical.
It was
question!
a rhetorical question.
It is so ridiculously over
We
the
talked
top.
to those guys a
Oh my
few
god.
weeks ago. It was a little bit ridiculous.
I'm
Yeah,
just
we
getting
had
familiar
them on a
with
few
it.
weeks ago. It was probably one of the most fun dubbing experiences we've had with the manga, just because we could. Yeah.
We had voices.
We were like, screw it, we'll do 2 dubs this week. Why not?
One
So
was
we ended up
much
having them dub as
rockier
well.
than the other. Yeah. Somebody wants to know what the greatest anime is.
Oh, it's that one about that guy that doesn't have powers at the beginning, but at the end he had powers all along, and like 3 girls are in love with him.
Oh, you mean with that one with the stuff in the place at the thing?
And the person with the crazy colored hair.
Yeah.
Just that one person. Yeah.
Just that one.
Just one crazy colored hair. Actually, though, do you have a favorite anime or manga or anything? Or other nerdy thing?
Oh, all sorts. All the things. All the things.
All the things.
No, I grew up being really into horror movies, which was odd as a kid, and I actually hid my geek quite a bit at that time. It's like, you're like, what are you watching right now? I'm like, Hellraiser 2.
I know that. No, I know that feel though. I know that feel. Hiding your geek. I know that feel.
Yeah. Or you
And then
know.
the internet happened and everything changed.
I was gonna say I don't.
It's also just owning it now. Yeah, like I'm like talking to old friends from high school, and they're like, "You were into that even then?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, no, I was, but I hid it." Like even dating was kind of difficult. They're like, "She's really into horror movies," and I'm like, "Well, guess what? I'm not really into you now, and you will not be into me." Ew, woo!
I was the boy in high school that was into Sailor Moon. There we go.
See, that was my friend Jennifer was really into Sailor Moon and she was really into Dragon Ball, and I'm like, those aren't my jam. So at the time, I confused anime for being a genre rather than a medium, because anime is a medium. There are several genres, subgenres, just like any other thing. So I'm like, I watched Ghost in the Shell, and I'm like, oh,
another. Have you checked out the anime series?
Greg's actually gotten on to me about seeing that one.
It is horror.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, he showed me a pretty gruesome death in the middle of an autograph panel. We stopped signing people's stuff to watch Brittany Karbowski die. We're like, shh, we'll be with you in a minute, sweetie. Shh. Awesome, but
that's really funny.
But yeah, no, as far as anime goes, I'm really, one of my favorite shows is Princess Jellyfish.
Oh my god! I love that one.
I absolutely love it. It's fantastic. And I really do appreciate the dub, but I do like both versions. I really like Black Butler. A whole mess up Kami-sama Kiss, which is basically Black Butler but with a white-haired guy. It's a little more slice of life, but yeah. And Monthly Girls and Hazuki-kun I really do love. But those are just, I'm still really kind of feeling it out, but I really liked Steins Gate. Robotic Notes is good too. And I really do like Fairy Tail. Tyler and I do talk about it because I do actually watch it. I try to keep up with it and try to be a cheapskate about it. I'm like, I'm in it. You should give me some more DVDs. But,
right? Yeah. I'm like, we promote it. Send us more stuff.
And they do, which is great. But I would buy it if I had to. I would, because I love it so much. Outside of that, I think what most people know me for is zombies, which is a fun thing. I get a lot of zombie memorabilia from people, and I've gone to zombie survival classes. Like I've met Max Brooks. He signed both of my books and stuff like that, and we geeked out about our plans and all that. And I've met George Romero and Tom Savini and all those people. Yeah, I'm really into zombie. But although in my stuff, I never dress like a zombie because I'm always a survivor in my scenario. So I don't want to dress like I'm dead.
So I think at this point in time, I'm justified for bringing this up. Two of our podcast crew were zombies in The Walking Dead, because they both live in Atlanta.
Neither of which are here.
I was thinking, because I saw Travis sign on earlier, I thought maybe he was going to jump on, but no, he's not there. He's been all of the different types of zombies, the hero zombie, the background walkers.
I commend those people. Well, you know, Brina Jubia, she was in an episode last season.
Really?
You remember that?
No,
the one where Rick and Carol investigate a house and there's a couple in the upstairs.
I did not watch. I have not watched season 4 or 5. I kind of stopped after season 3.
My roommate, though.
But I've been meaning to catch up.
Yeah, no, Brina Palencia is in a full episode of Rick and Carol. Yeah, and the guy who's Penguin in Gotham. Yeah.
When we talked to Brina last time, of course that was like
a long time ago.
A half ago, maybe.
Fucking
but when we talked to Brina before,
so busy. What the hell?
When we talked to Brina before Travis was on, and we were talking about The Walking Dead, and she was like, "Oh my God, you were in The Walking Dead!" Now she's in. So there we go. Done.
That's really funny.
Yeah, I didn't even know
that, didn't she?
Yeah, she's in it. I love seeing my friends in things. Although, as a not voice actor, like, or a non-actor, my mom hates watching things with me. I'm like, oh my God, I know that guy. She's like, Jesus Christ, just let us watch this.
Oh God, you just know everybody.
Yeah.
Stop
Like,
knowing
I'm just so
people.
happy that they're there.
It's my friend. I'm just happy.
Yeah. I love that stuff. It's pretty awesome. I mean, how cool is that?
Right? I mean, I feel happy that I get to talk to you guys, and I'm like, I got to talk to voice actors, and all my friends are like, that's cool.
But yeah, but all of us
My
together.
sister, though, my sister gets it, but like my mom and most of my friends are like, that's awesome. Because I apparently don't have many friends outside of podcast people that watch anime and care about this kind of stuff.
In the same vein, I can relate to that. My mom doesn't care one way or the other. My dad didn't give two craps until I got him an autograph from Steve Bloom because he's a big Cowboy Bebop fan. And when I brought him home an autograph from Spike Spiegel, he was like, "Okay, I care about what you do now." And I was like, "Yay!"
I care now.
It's an odd thing because, well, you know, I do other things. Like I do video games, I do audiobooks, and write my own stuff, which is fun.
Yeah.
But of course, you know, when you go to conventions, that's not what you're there for. You're there because you're in anime. But like, I've got friends from high school that are like, well, "Where are you going?" Like, "I'm going to Chicago for this." They're like,
What's that?
"Why do they want to meet you?" And I'm like, honestly, I don't know, but
I'm not really sure.
yeah. Or my mom actually, she's like, "I've stopped telling people you're a voice actor." I'm like, because they want to know how to become a voice actor. She's like, "Yep," and I'm like, "Welcome to my world, Mom."
What?
Yeah, but now I try to show my
question
mom.
you get a lot is, how did you get your start?
Like, how did I get my start? Well, I was walking down the street.
They just saw me and.
You probably have an amazing voice. No. The beauty of acting is, like, whatever community you're in, you're all connected, especially Dallas-Fort. I mean, well, I've lived in several places, but Dallas-Fort Worth, of course, is where I've lived the most. And we all just happen to know each other. So I got called in because I knew an actor, and that actor knew this actor that just became a director, which was Joel McDonald, and I got called in for Tsubasa Season 2, and it was just Woman A stuff, and Woman A actually came back in multiple contracts, oddly enough. And so people started seeing me come in, and when you see other people come in, and I've done it as a director, I'm like, well, I see that she keeps coming in, and I want to know what she sounds like, so I'll bring her in. And then I started interning there to finish out my degree in radio, TV, film, and then I got directing and writing work off of that. So
Nice.
That's how I started, but since my beginning, I've done a lot of classes because you don't know everything, and if you think you do, you're stupid.
Right?
There you go. Don't stop. Don't ever stop.
Classes, workshops, everything.
Shops. Yes. I'm like, oh, well, I know how to do that. I can do, or I forget who it was. They're like, I can do, it was a voice actor that we know. I forget who it was. So they're like, I can do blah, blah, blah voice. I'm like, well, yeah, that's great, but we have that actor.
We have that.
Yeah, that was another thing, like, with a lot of our dubs and stuff, like, I do impersonations of different characters and stuff. Like, I can do Shaggy and Scooby. I can do Stitch and Smeagol. And everybody's like, oh, man, why aren't you a voice actor? I was like, because you don't get voiceover work for impersonations. If they want that voice, they'll hire that voice.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you can't hire Casey Kasem anymore. But
No.
Well, no, there's actually a fantastic documentary that's produced by John DiMaggio called I Know That Voice. And
oh, no, I've seen it.
I meant to watch that.
it's fantastic. It's still on Netflix. But, you know,
Yeah.
I think it was Hank Azaria. He's like, you know, nobody knows that I'm doing a horrible Al Pacino impression when I do this character because that's my voice. I'm like, well, yeah, that's what I do. Like, my first boy voice came from making fun of another voice actor who's the sweetest, most adorable little man. His name's Sean Teague. He's been the lead in several shows, but he's in
That's
the lead in
Kawenma?
Wind Up.
Shantique is Koenma, yeah.
Koenma's.
The
I love
the
Koenma.
first time I ever heard Shantique was as Koenma in Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh my god.
Yes.
He is 100% the most adorable, most genuinely nice person ever, but to a fault where, like, hey, Sean, can you do it again? Yeah, sure. Oh, God, I'm so sorry. Like, it's fine. And so I was making fun of him in front of him, like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm sorry. And Ian Sinclair was like, that's a boy voice. I'm like, no, that's just me making fun of Sean.
No, that's not what that is. You're lying.
Yeah, and then I actually got a vampire kid in Dance in the Vampire Bund. Not only that,
yeah!
well, I'm a vampire maid, and Eric was like, how did you make Eric Vale was like, how did you make him sound black? I'm like, that's such a weird question to ask. I don't know. I just made him sound like a kid. I think you're hearing something that isn't there.
You're just making shit up.
It's kind of like my Natsu voice just came as a way of like the Natsu voice I use for the dub is just basically I started off just trying to think, well, what if Edward Elric finally hit puberty? Yeah. And then I put more gravel in the back of the voice, which kind of tore up my throat for the first several weeks that I did that voice.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, you know, this kind of became a Natsu voice, and it's a little bit me, but it's a lot higher pitched, and
I mean, honestly, this isn't even my natural register. I have a large family, and for like big gatherings like Thanksgiving and such, in order to actually be heard, I have to pitch myself up here because it's a lot louder, whereas my natural tone is actually about right here, and it's a lot softer.
Yeah. No, my voice, my husband's voice is very monotone at work, but at home it's very lively. It's the same with personalities. Your voice changes. I tend to lower my voice, but if I've been voicing, like right now I'm working on a broadcast dub that Funimation is doing, so I unintentionally fall into a boy voice all the time, and it's really annoying. To like my mom. My mom's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I don't know. Help me! I'm stuck."
I'm stuck in my.
Well, another thing is that I think a lot of people don't really get is it's not just about doing like a specific type of voice. There's a musical quality to it, especially when trying to sync with lip flaps. You've gotta find that rhythm, and like for certain characters, even with impersonation, there's a musical quality. Like again with like Mark Hamill Joker or Casey Kasem Shaggy. There's a musical quality to it.
like man, like starts up here and it gets way higher, and
It's you're basically singing.
Yeah, you have basically, yeah. Well, like for mouth flaps for anime, I trust the writer there because they've written to those flaps. I never look at the screen. Unless I'm doing reactions, I never look at the screen that I'm reacting to. But like Chutaro in Laughing Under the Clouds, he's probably the only boy I've played that doesn't have an attitude problem. So I'm like, there's a smile in his voice, and there's
those Japanese kids and their attitudes.
Well, yeah, for the most part, if I play a boy, like when I was doing Jalal the first time in 35, in episode 34 and 35, which actually in 34, I'm actually Virgo and Jalal in that episode.
Yeah, you are.
Which is really funny. Like my friend Alex was like, "Nuh-uh." I'm like, "Yeah, that's me."
Why are both of us?
But at one point, I was getting some water, and I saw Colleen, and I'm like, "Hey, baby, what's going on?" She's like, "Why are you?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm in a boy voice. I'm kind of in an attitude. I'm kind of stuck with it right now. So, what's your deal?" Like, she's like, "I'm walking away. What?"
You're frightening me.
Like, see you later. I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave. Like,
Terri, I absolutely love you because how you are with everybody at Funimation is how I am with everybody on this podcast.
Yep.
True facts about the Richie.
Yes. Ridiculous is, I think, what you're trying to say.
Yes, I am absolutely over the top ridiculous, and I will get stuck in a voice.
Yeah, I think all of us do. All of us do, especially when we're recording all day. Yeah. Like,
Yeah, well, one of the things that I learned to do anytime that Steve Bloom and I are at a convention together, I mean, as press, I generally just use my press badge to become the last person in line. That way, I'm letting everybody that's been waiting for so long actually be able to have their time with them, and he can just talk to me when they're packing everything up, and I'm not like technically holding anybody up. That's so instead of like cutting line, which kind of sort of you can do, even though my name is Richard, I don't have to be a dick, you know. That's how I do it. That's just how I roll, yo. That's how I roll. I'm funny.
I've heard this phrase many
But
she's
like
like, yeah, it's still funny.
hilarious. Everything is so
Anyway.
funny all the time.
But anyway, what we'll do is like after a while, because like I was getting him to sign something, I don't remember what, and then I started looking down at all the different cards, the image cards that he had there that he was autographing, and I was like, wait a minute, you're Killer Croc in Arkham Asylum too? I was like, dude, I've heard 3 voices from you in Arkham Asylum. Is there a single video game in my house that you are not 5 characters in? I know he has a Guinness record. No. But basically that was a running joke, and so he was like, oh, I can do Killer Croc dialogue, and he starts doing Killer Croc dialogue, and I could not help it. I went, Croc, old boy, is that you? That reminds me, I've really got to get me some new shoes. And doing like a lot of the Mark Hamill dialogue from that, which of course is forever stuck in my head because it was fucking awesome. But it started getting to the point where like he had like a fan group over there, the Blue Suns fan group or whatever from Mass Effect, and they were like leading it. Who is this guy that's talking to him? Oh my God, they're doing these voices, like they were getting pulled in. And I just kind of looked over. I was like, should I be worried about them? He was like, you want to screw with them? I was like, oh my God, yes. And so that's how we ended up bonding. Was we basically started talking like this and going, hey baby, how you doing? So that's how we greet each other every single time. Basically, we're trying to sound like Marge's sisters from The Simpsons, except a hell of a lot more raunchy. Yeah.
See, that's great. Like, I've never met Steve. Tatum met him, and of course fell in love with him because he's a slut. But
wait, Steve or Tatum? Which one?
yes. But there was.
I remember conversations with Steve where we've just seen a guy pass us in the hallway and we go, "Oh my God, honey, would you look at that meat that just passed by? You know what I would let him do with that cock?" And just like, and the guy stops and turns around and is like, "Excuse me?" I'm like, "That's right, honey. Just keep looking. You like what you see."
No. That's me, and that's me and Alexis Tipton. Alexis and I, who, we tend to do voices. It's when we do conventions together, it's a little unnerving. Like, my husband's like, "What are you doing to my wife?" And Alexis is like, "You need to be more specific." Like, we tend to get really high and talk about how things are getting super serial in the world, and just keep it real and.
It's Man Bear Pig's fault. It is totally Man Bear Pig's fault.
It's I love hearing stories about when you meet people and they're not dicks, because it's not always the case.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh no. I've actually met a lot of really, really fun and interesting people. I think possibly the most the person that it's usually when I meet them, it's like I get to finally use a different aspect of my personality. Like when I'm around Monica, that's when Monica's the person who makes me want to cook. I'm just like, oh my God, girl, you're adorable and you like chocolate. I just want to go bake things for you because
Monica Real.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monica is she's happy and hyper, but like I get to be happy and hyper, and it's just not. Yeah.
Monica Real, and you can quote me on this. I would hug that woman with my vagina.
I was gonna say I just like to shrink her and like keep her in my pocket as like every time I'm happy, I just be like, "Here's Monica,
That's amazing.
happy." But, yeah, okay.
That was it was so good.
Thank you.
There's a comment, but now I can't ask it. Also,
Yeah, do you have any more comments?
I missed it.
Fuck it, I don't care. Hug her. Hug her as much as you
Yeah,
want.
right?
I will.
That was awesome.
But no, Monica is
Those are
just-
phrases I think I'm going to have to steal.
Do it. Yeah, no, there's an amazing artist that I see mostly at Texas conventions. Her name's Amelie Belcher. She's fantastic. But she actually missed Tokyo and Tulsa this year. And so we had people, because Tokyo and Tulsa has this really awesome party every night, like a bar type of thing. And at one point, she was like, I had someone text her, and I'm like, tell Amelie I miss her. And they're like, okay, I'm texting her. I'm like, tell her I want to hug her with my vagina. She's like, I don't want to text you that. I'm like, just do it.
I don't feel comfortable texting that.
And she did, and Amelie's like, cool.
And that's where we draw the line.
Or you say something random, and then you're like, she'll know what it means.
That's right. That's really funny. Okay, so this one that I missed because my comments are stupid sometimes. Was I think when we were talking about how you feel about Virgo, and it was what is your opinion of the way fairy tale girls are portrayed in the show, and do you think it's suitable for the fan base that it's aimed towards?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm a little torn. There are several shows that we've done where I've actually debated on changing my name. Where some people, some actors are teachers in the area, or new mothers, or have very conservative families, and so a lot of the times they change their names on stuff. That's never been the case with fairy tale.
Mm-hmm.
But there are points where, and I've made note of it, as has Tyler, whatever, but you also have to let that go, because as an actor, you only have so much say in a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy and I actually did a panel about this, and it's, can we not basically deflate the point that this amazing heroine just made by having the wind hit her and her skirt fly up?
Right,
Or,
or have enormous boobs and a tiny, tiny bikini.
And I've noticed, like with Virgo, with Lucy, with other people, our outfits have changed. I believe in the movie, the Phoenix, whatever.
The Phoenix
I saw it and I loved it. Okay, yes. But Lucy's straight up naked at one point. I'm like, is that necessary? No, it's conflicting, yeah. Like, I volunteered for a while with Big Brothers Big Sisters, and my little sister wanted to see something that I'd done, and it was really hard to find something. Ooh. So I showed her Fairy Tale, and Tyler was like, okay, up until this episode, it's fine. Don't show her after this episode because her parents might have a problem with it. And it was really sad, actually. So I think it's geared toward a younger crowd. As well, I mean, it's an all ages type of thing, but yeah, I'm a little hot and cold with it sometimes. I still love the show, but like as with any show, like you can love a show to death, but you can be like, what the fuck just happened?
Yep.
What happened?
I felt that way. I felt that way about pretty much every episode of High School that did.
Well, yeah, I really wanted to like that show, and I
do like that show.
It's got some fantastic actors in it, but yeah, it's hard. It's hard for me to watch booby shows, they're called.
It was basically my dad asked me to explain it, and that was probably the most interesting way I could. I was trying to tiptoe around it, and then I just basically said, "Dad, it's basically porn, but instead of sex, you kill zombies." That's it.
Well, yeah, no, even that. Well, I was actually.
The result is once you finish the series, you're gonna need a postcoital cigarette. That's just how.
Weird. No.
No, you won't. You will not, and that's weird.
I don't.
I'm good.
I was super actually very impressed with the dub for that, especially some of the ad-lib lines that were in there. Like when they break open the weapons locker and they see all the guns in there, and the first thing I hear is, "Who the fuck lives here? Sarah fucking Palin?" And I'm like, Pause. Fall over laughing for 5 minutes. Regain
I
my
love it.
composure. Breathe. Press play. That was basic. I was like, I could not believe that. That was great.
Well, see, yeah, no, I love ad lib lines, but like we were saying, it's a balancing act with certain shows. Like there was actually a big debate with Dance in the Vampire Bund. I am
Oh
actually
yeah.
one out of only like 5 people that went by their actual name.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
my husband engineered it. He took his name off of it because he was so paranoid. Now he hates that he took his name off of it. He's like, it actually is a good show. I'm like, it is, but there are moments where you're like, mm.
It's got that very, very lowly aspect to it because even though she's like so old because she's a vampire, she's got a child's body, and yeah.
Well, which is why sometimes I love giving things away whenever I go to conventions, and sometimes you get freebies and all that stuff to give. But if I know I'm going through customs, I won't do it because I got delayed for 4 hours in Canada once because I said anime, and I'm like, I actually mean anime convention. I don't mean hentai. I don't even think you understand the difference, but no. And no, I got delayed, and they searched everything. They searched mine, Spike Spencer's, and Billy West's everything because they suspected
Oh,
all the actors of bringing in child pornography.
That's
So that was a really excellent way to meet Billy West, is just bitch for a good 2 hours about how stupid customs can be.
right.
Yeah.
But at least you're on the same page.
Yeah,
I think it was like 2 GMXs ago, I met Billy West and Rob Paulson because they were at the same place. And that was a treat for me because, I mean, Rob Paulson, that man is my childhood. Like, that was Raphael in the early Ninja Turtles, Donatello in the one now. And then, I basically learned, thanks to Steven Spielberg's Animaniacs and Pinky and the Brain, I learned so much about all sorts of stuff. Like, I was in chorus as a kid, so I knew the 50 Nifty United States where you say all the states in alphabetical order. But I love the countries of the world. That was the song that really stuck with me. United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru.
Oh, it's fantastic.
So cool. And I'm like, oh, dude, you don't realize how much you raised me.
That's the great thing about meeting your idols, and I mean, and also the most terrifying thing. But yeah, like I met Billy, and he was 100% like amazing. But not only that, like my friend Joel met him too at another convention, and Joel's like, "Well, I'm just an anime voice actor," and Billy actually shut him up. He's like, "Dude, are you working? You're at a convention. Like we're on the same level. Don't knock yourself." And Joel's like, I love you. But yeah, no, or I did a convention with, Johnny Youngbosch for the first time, and I'm like, I was a huge Power Rangers dork, and he's like, don't we know each other? I'm like, well, I know you. He's like, no, we're friends, aren't we? I'm like, we are now.
We talked once, we're best friends.
But yeah, no, it's insane, the kind of stuff you get to do in this crazy business.
Right. It's
all right.
weird.
You talked once. You're best friends. That's how it works.
The same is kind of true a little bit. The same is kind of true a little bit with press, even though like I don't like I a lot of what happens is like I'll meet people again because sometimes we'll attend the same conventions. Yeah. And with Steve, what was really cool was like we built up a rapport from the first time that we'd met. And then the second time that we met, I got to come and be like, dude, oh my God, I just did a Verizon commercial, and so much of the stuff that you were telling me about was like what I used to create my demos, like all this advice and stuff that you. And so I'm basically sitting there shaking his hand and going, thank you for helping me get a job, That was basically it, and he was like, "Dude, that's awesome! You got a job." I was like, "Yeah, technically, I'm a voice actor. Woohoo!
Woohoo!"
Yeah, I mean, I really do want to get into character work, but I have to sit back with it on the project that we're working on because I'm the lead writer on it, and I'll be doing the voiceover directing, and I don't want to like the way that I am. I don't want to voice any characters that I know too much about because I'll come in with these preconceived notions about how they should sound and act, and I don't want it to be that way. Like I'll have less chance to kind of play around with the character because I'll have boxed myself in too much, and I don't want to do that. If I want to do voiceover, I want to do it with somebody else directing so that I have a little bit more of a free range with it, as opposed to me, where I'm my own worst enemy in that particular.
Yeah, but that's kind of the business.
It's
I spend when I'm not at Funimation, I am recording myself. It is up to me to say, hey, this is good, this is bad. It would actually benefit you to direct yourself more than anyone else directing you.
Well, I mean, I've done it before for like commercial stuff, but never for character stuff. So like, I'm always like
everything, absolutely everything.
About it.
Do it.
Well, I mean, I've got character demos and stuff. I just haven't full on done character myself. So I don't know. I'm not gonna cast myself as any of the leads. That just seems wrong. But I mean, I may do.
Yeah, that's pretty douchey. Don't do that.
No, I won't. I will not cast myself as any of the leads, mostly because I enjoy writing them too much, and I don't want to be thinking like when I'm actually writing them. I don't want to be thinking about how I can make like, oh, I want to say this line, so I'll type it this way, because that's
bad writing.
If you're writing, I actually like doing the writing and everything, and I don't mind doing like if I have to do Walla sessions or like any background character that may,
That's how I started. I mean, I still do Walla. I love Walla. Walla's the coolest thing. It's just hanging out with people that you may or may not know and doing some of the dumbest shit you've ever done in your entire fucking life.
I do not know what that means.
There are going to be a bunch of alley cats that are in heat, and I actually looked at the director. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And he's like, nope, go for it. Wow. Wow.
What does Walla mean?
Walla means with all actors.
Oh, okay.
So it's the scream and die sessions where it's like, all right, now the building just exploded, the lizard's attacking Tokyo, and scream for your life, and don't say Coca-Cola, don't say God, don't say no brand names, no cussing, no religious affiliations, go.
Okay.
Or sometimes cussing.
And sometimes it could just be random background conversations. 5 minutes of talking about apples has been
There
a
are
I love
one of the best
apples.
things. Sometimes when the screenwriters don't have a lot of time, they're like, just think of genuine things. But if I know actors in a session, I will ad-lib with them, and they've just kind of got to react. Like there was Walla that I did for Level E before I got cast as one of the like color rangers. Where Martha Harms and I are pretending to be boys, because that's what we do. And I'm like, so yeah, she couldn't think of anything to do, and so I'm like, so how's your mom? And she's like, she's doing pretty good. I'm like, you should tell her I said hi. It's like, okay, that's kind of weird. Like, I don't want to make it weird or anything, but I've always thought your mom is a very beautiful lady. I'm like, dude, that's not cool. Like, what? And it just became this giant thing, and Joel just kept rolling.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that was just Walla, and nobody's ever gonna hear it. But that's the beauty of it. Tatum, when he does Walla, he gives spoilers. Like he did Walla for like Romeo x Juliet. He's like, yeah, so Romeo's gonna die, Juliet's gonna turn into a tree, blah blah blah.
Clearly not Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet.
No.
I've never read that version.
It's fantastic. It's a fantastic one where Juliet's actually more of a badass than Romeo.
Right.
To be fair, neither of them are particularly awesome in Shakespeare's version.
No.
I don't like Romeo and Juliet.
I'm sorry. Every time you guys talk about Romeo and Juliet, all I can think about now is that epic rap battle of history: Romeo and Juliet versus Bonnie and Clyde. Oh, that was so funny.
See, no. Bonnie and Clyde's actually a huge thing here in Texas because that's where they're from.
Yes, I know.
A lot of people are related to them around here. My husband's actually held a gun that Bonnie used to kill someone. I'm like, This is really weird. Because I'm not from Texas. I'm like, this is fucked up.
Apparently, that's okay. Basically, everybody in Tennessee is apparently like 1/16th Cherokee. I don't know how that works, but yeah, sure. And then in Thanksgiving, I know nothing about Native American history, and I'm like, okay, awesome.
We're all Native American in a certain way. Come on.
What was that? What was that thing I saw on Facebook today? Oh, Obama said the only people that have a right to complain about illegals being in this country are Native Americans. And I was like, yep, that's pretty true, actually.
My husband is Cherokee. I'm Kickapoo. Well, I'm Mexican for the most part. I'm half Mexican, and my ancestors are very tied to. But there's a lot of Irish Cherokee relations around here, German as well. But it's everywhere. Yeah, it's a very, like, part of me, we did a family dinner. I'm like, I really don't want to do a family dinner yesterday, but, I mean, I get it, but none of us like why we're celebrating, so it's weird. But, yeah.
I'm more of I'm basically Scot-Irish, but I'm also very much a European mutt through and through. Like, I've got little bits of, like, Italian.
Everybody's a mutt. Everybody.
Yeah.
I
don't think purebred really exists in this country. So the people who are like, we're pure this, and I'm like, no, you're not. No,
Who says that? Who says that?
I don't know. Apparently there are some people. I don't know.
Well, enjoy fucking your cousin and shut the fuck up.
Who says what?
Yeah, exactly.
What is
You're talking
This
about
giant conversation about how we're all basically a giant melting pot of people, and then there's those.
My humanities teacher actually put it a really cool way. He's like, I really hate when people say melting pot. I'm like, I say melting pot all the time. He's like, I want to be a salad. I want variety. I don't want this blend of things. I want radishes. I want carrots. I want zucchini. I'm like, I like that. Like, we're a giant.
A lot better.
Yeah.
Rather than just a mush of all the same hot.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you can throw new ingredients.
I mean, I really like chocolate and
But at the
cheese.
same time, I'm using that analogy to go be like, you can throw that all in the pot. Like I've seen this.
Well, you said a melting pot, though.
Yeah.
You can't. I was gonna say you can't put that in a melting pot because it all melts and gets together.
Melty.
It all melts together. It's melty and weird. I don't think I would like a melty salad.
I didn't say you'd have to make it a full salad.
Well,
Just weird.
it's still melty. You don't put it in the pot.
Fine, we're all cheeses, and you throw it in the melty pot. Better
We're all
enough.
Jesus?
I mean,
Cheese.
cheese, but also Jesus.
Not well, I don't think we're all Jesus. No,
Got
we're not.
weird.
We're gonna.
Jesus isn't all of us, guys. Isn't that how it's supposed to go? I don't know. I clearly have no
Okay,
idea
so
what I'm talking
backtracking away from religion. Yeah.
This is what I mean. I'm like, I don't know. I just
I
thought
just
that was sort of a thing.
I just like the picture of the alligator like in Florida that's like leaned up against the door and it's
Do
like,
you have time to
excuse me,
talk about our
sir.
Lord and Savior?
You have a moment to talk to us about our Lord and Savior Godzilla?
I'm pretty sure Godzilla is my spirit animal.
Godzilla's your spirit animal.
Yeah.
In that case, I think the Kraken is mine. Then, if we're gonna claim like awesome mythical beasts.
No, I just really like to destroy shit.
It's going to be that random arm. Hold on.
No, wait.
Ha ha!
Stitch is my spirit animal. I think Stitch is my spirit animal.
Stitch is pretty adorable. I mean, I made a tower of blocks with the express.
And falafel!
I mean, I made a tower of blocks with the express purpose of knocking it over. So,
I would be the one to build a Lego city just so I could destroy it.
Yeah.
I would do that.
I actually do that at parties where my husband and I set up Jenga towers. We have multiple sets. We set up Jenga towers on very not easily hard to hit surfaces. So if someone knocks over a Jenga tower, they've had enough to drink.
Jenga is the hardest game for me to play. Not because it's a difficult game, but because I really just want to knock it over.
That also reminds me of another very funny image I saw the other day where somebody was saying you can kick a chair out from anybody, out from under anybody you want to, so long as you yell Jenga before they hit the floor, it's all good. I was like, yes. I don't think that's true at all, but that sounds amazing.
That's the rule of carousel. Yes.
Come on, Jenga! Ha ha ha!
You can't murder me now. Oh, wait, you can.
I'm very lost.
Yes. Well, it's okay. It's okay. We took the long route. It's fine.
I got lost along the way. I took a diverging path.
You took a diverging path.
A diverging path.
Diverging. So,
We
what
already
else do we
answered
wanna talk
this
about?
question, the Ravens 1224. Sorry, we had a question. Do you guys watch Crunchyroll? If so, what's your favorite show? We already answered that one. Yes, we
What's
do.
my
Fun with
favorite?
stuff.
We talked about I guess we talked about the greatest.
We did. Crunchyroll watching right now. I would tell you, but I'm affiliated with it, so I won't.
Oh.
I'm watching Haikyuu again because I can, and I'm not
Just
affiliated
finished
with
that like
anything.
2 days ago.
Yeah, and I'm rewatching it because it's funny as hell.
Although right now I'm watching just for giggles right now. Not giggles. It's not on Crunchyroll though, or maybe it is. Probably. I'm watching Riddle Story of Devil right now.
I've never heard of that one. What's that about?
It's a bunch of female assassins all trying to kill one person, but the main badass assassin has actually never killed anyone.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
That sounds really interesting.
Yeah, it's really
okay.
cool.
Really quickly then, getting back to this, the reason I like Kuroko's basketball is because the character is not actually a very skilled or physical person, like the main character. His whole thing is that he uses his lack of presence to be kind of like a phantom player that uses misdirection to pass the ball around to other people. And so that's like his power. And
There's
And
only
that's
5 people on a basketball team and playing
That's
at
what-
once.
yes,
How
they
do you-
sub him in. They sub him in at times.
Okay.
That's why he's called the Phantom Sixth Man, because there was this middle school that had these 5-star players that were called the Generation of Miracles, and he was their Phantom Sixth Man who would come in and disrupt everything, because he would basically push passes along, and it would be so fast that nobody even really saw him. His lack of presence would make him go unnoticed, and that's what makes it kind of really cool. And
Again.
because he's such a physically weak character, he's not actually built for playing basketball and everything. That's what really makes you want to root for him. It's like he is the very opposite of what a player is, and he doesn't like. It's not like a traditional anime where over time he overcomes an obstacle and he levels up and he can do new things. It's just he eventually works out new ways that he can keep using this same ability that he has. But it's not like he suddenly gains impressive power. He is still the weak person. He doesn't suddenly get strong. He just kind of uses the techniques that he has and improves upon them. But he's not an overwhelmingly awesome basketball player, and I think that's what's really cool about the show. So that was kind of what drew me into it, was because it was so different from a lot of other games and anime that I'd seen. I was like, this is not like every other sports series I know.
I'm pretty sure my favorite that is on Crunchyroll is Kenshin.
I think I know your favorite sports anime, though.
Free? Free is
Yeah.
amazing.
Free.
I was a
I
swimmer.
had many
about
giggles
Free.
over the casting. I had
I was a
so
swimmer.
many giggles over the casting of Free. Once the dub cast was announced, I
She's
lolled.
rolling her eyes at you.
I
Tell us how
found
you really feel, Terry.
No, I'm very proud of my friends. It's great.
I love Free. I was a swimmer though, and so it's like, oh my gosh.
I heard it's a pretty rad show. But yeah.
It's
she will
People
deny
didn't-
this She will deny this up
No.
and down, but it's very yaoi-tastic and
Here's
it's
the thing.
fanfulness.
I'm not denying that. I'm
Not
saying
saying
that's
it
real
now.
life. Like,
Yeah.
that is a male swim team in real life.
Of course it is. Yeah.
Like, I'm not denying that it's yaoi-tastic, but that is the reality of a male swim team.
I've never actually seen one. None of the schools that I had that I ever went to had a swim team, so I would not know.
Yeah, no, it's a thing. It's a real.
It's a thing. It's real.
It's just how it is.
Yeah, it is. I didn't have a swim team, but I mean, I had television.
Girls are the same way. They're just, this is a show about dudes, so.
Oh no.
Yeah, there are certain shows I'm like, oh my god, I find that character attractive.
Right.
Okay, so basically, if she starts watching Free, she's gonna need one of those big body pillows.
Do they have body pillows of the characters?
Yeah.
Do they?
That's weird.
You didn't know that they have? Yes, of course they have them.
Nope.
See, but how do you know that?
Yeah, right. How do you know
Because
that?
I have way too many friends who are. I have way too many female friends who are totally into that series.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm being very professional and drinking a beer. Sorry.
If I had any liquor, I'd be drinking that and being unprofessional. So there we go.
That was the thing
Oh my
about doing
God.
that anime show is everyone's like, you guys should do a drunk episode, and Tatum and I are like, that is the worst idea you could ever have, is having us drunk.
I was like,
there's a
seriously,
Lucy.
aren't they already? Aren't they really already? They're just kind of like acting drunk already. I mean, let's.
That one's
No,
whoa.
that is just us. Honestly, sometimes the mics got in the way. Like, we're like, look at this fucking face. But there was one episode that I did tell them in the last episode. There was one episode where after we came back from break, the actor that we had as a guest had actually smoked, and we got a contact high. And that was a really hard second half of an episode. We were like reading questions, like, all right, let's do this.
I think that this was a bad idea. I searched body pillows because I didn't really believe you, and some of these, they're like naked. And it's not the free boys, it's girls, and you're like, there are like very few
Should have been
females.
more specific. All right, it's Google. You have to know this by now.
I know, but I
Be
searched.
specific in
I
your
did.
searches.
Stop yelling.
Well, maybe not.
Iwatari Swim Club.
Yeah, I
free
should have put the
body
Iwatari. No, the free part is the problem. There's a Lucy one though. I just found.
Oh yeah. I mean, how do you not know about these when, for God's sake, this is my mouse pad?
I know that that's your mouse pad.
And the Lucy one is in the living room.
Oh yeah, that's right. You have more than one.
Yeah, I got this one signed by Brina when Ira Gray eventually gets to the States. Ira Gray actually is in the UK. And so
Eventually gets to the States.
when he gets here, I'll be giving him this one, and I have a Lucy one signed by Todd and
Jeremy?
and Jeremy. Yeah, I love though that when I set this down and I asked Brina to sign it, she goes, "Can I sign my boobs?" I'm like, "Well, they're your boobs."
Do what you want to do.
Brina's definitely a boob lady. Yeah, it's really annoying.
She's like, "Can I
This
sign
is
my boobs?"
super
I'm like,
weird.
"They're your boobs."
How we get back to boobs?
I love her.
This is super weird. I have to close this tab.
Do it.
There's
We're looking for body pillows and didn't like what you found.
nope. I mean, I love my body pillow.
Uh-huh.
It's purple and fuzzy.
It's purple
It's
and
very soft.
I don't
Is it so
have a
fluffy
body
you're gonna
pillow. I
die?
think I should have one.
I really like it. I hadn't realized how much I liked it until I went home and I didn't bring it with me.
I had one. Probably like murdered it in my sleep or something. I don't know.
There's mine is I've had it for a long time and I have moved many times and I think
Are
that's
you
what
also
came
one
from,
of those
so.
people that can't actually hold still in their sleep?
No, I can't hold still, which is why my husband and I have a king size bed. He's like, just don't hit me, please. I'm like, I will do what I can.
I will try really hard.
I am that same way, which is why I don't like sleeping with other people because I'm so worried I'm gonna beat the hell out of them in my sleep on accident.
I don't
I
have
have
this
no
problem.
control.
Yeah, I'm very much not a cuddler. I'm not really big on PDA or anything, but like my husband, I'll hug him goodnight and then like push him the fuck away. Like, I love you, now get the fuck away from me.
No, I love you, but I love you over there more.
I love you over there.
More, yes.
Good night. I love you, space. Give me my space.
I love you, now get the fuck off me. No.
No. The main reason why I'm very, very worried about it is because I've taken over 15 years of martial arts as well, and I put limits and restrictions on myself about like how much of my strength I'll actually use. But if I'm half asleep, the best way to say it is I'm kind of like Yuki from Fruits Basket. Like I hold back when I'm awake, but like I'm super scared when I'm asleep that because I don't have those limiters on, I'll end up hurting somebody really badly. And
What if that's like the serial killer that you become? You're the sleeping serial.
Sleeping serial killer.
I'm the sleeping serial. Oh no!
Oh, there it is.
I am a serial killer. I'll get up half asleep, I'll walk in, and I'll murder a bowl of cereal. Usually Raisin Bran.
Look what I have.
Yeah.
I can't see through it, so I'm not really sure what you're seeing.
That's pretty cool.
That's badass,
One of
actually.
my friends got this for me in high school, but then I forgot about it. I always forget about it until I come home, and then I'm like, I need to bring that back with me.
I am still 100% supporting the whole thing that they're trying to do of having them continue the Fruits Basket series, because
Are they?
the anime series
the thing
actually
that we
stops
want.
at about volume 6 of the manga, and the manga continues all the way through 23 volumes. So there's a lot more content, and it got so good. So good. I love Fruits Basket.
Yeah, I'm running into the manga thing. Like, what is it? Like, again, Laughing Under the Clouds, which, total shameless promotion. There's a new episode tomorrow
Oh.
for the dub.
Ooh.
But I've been watching it, or I've been kind of looking at the manga little bits here and there, namely on Tumblr, because I don't trust these sites or whatever. But which Joel McDonald, the director's like, stop looking at the internet. I'm like, no,
I'm
I
not
can't.
sure that Tumblr is that reliable either.
Well, because there's no actual English source for the manga that's legal.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I'd rather just kind of get an idea, but I'm seeing all these new things. I'm like, oh, are we gonna do that? Like, cause I record one episode at a time on this show, which is very, very new, for us. But, I'm like, there's no way we're gonna get to this in 12 episodes, so.
Wait a second. So you're basically like simul-dubbing it?
Yeah, have you not heard about this?
I didn't know that simul-dubbing had started. I knew that simul...
No, they announced it. They announced it at the end of October, with Laughing Under the Clouds and Psychopath Season 2. We're recording from episode to episode, just a couple episodes behind the Japanese release.
Wow, that's really cool.
That's awesome.
So a bunch of us.
Obviously, please don't do that with the giant long-running shows like Fairy Tail and One Piece. Don't do that. That will be.
Well, it would also depend on the agreement that the acquisitions department. Those people have their work cut out for them. It would vary from show to show, obviously, but hopefully, I mean, it seems to be doing pretty well. But each new episode for Psychopaths 2 and Laughing Under the Clouds premieres on Funimation's website every Saturday. So
maybe you'll know something about this. Like maybe you could help me out with this. It is my big wish that Funimation secure the dubbing and licensing rights for my favorite series of all time, Bakuman. And I know that Media Blasters picked up part of season 1 before they went under and all that, but I mean, I know rights can be obtained for something that has had a dub previously, and the dub wasn't horrible or anything. It's just what happened to Media Blasters. You know, it happened. It was unfortunate. You know, they had to let go of a lot of people because piracy was a thing, and it still is.
Yeah, it's still a thing. That's kind of why we stopped dubbing Sergeant Frog. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's an amazing show, but I don't know. I know nothing about acquisitions. Absolutely nothing. That's the beauty of the actors. I'm like,
The reason I love Bakuman is because anybody who actually wants to know about the process of making a manga, it's the show for them. It's done by the same two people that the same author and artist that did Death Note, but it's about these two kids in middle school that decide that they're going to make manga for Shonen Jump. And it's learning that there's also a cute love story that's going on in it that kind of ties in with his uncle used to be a mangaka and his uncle passed, and you see a lot of similarities between Moritaka, who is the artist of this two-man manga group that they've formed, and his uncle used to be a manga artist and was even famous enough, or was successful enough to get an anime at one point. And their goal is basically the two of them are going to create manga. The girl that he's in love with is a voice actress, and she's trying to get into anime and stuff like that. Basically, they say that they want to make a manga, and once it becomes successful enough to get an anime, they will cast her as the lead role. And then once that happens, the artist and her will marry. And that's kind of the thing that they.
Seems a little extreme.
The stipulation is she says yes, but the stipulation is they can't see each other until their dreams come true.
Which is why it seems a little extreme.
that's how my husband and I met.
You promised to get married and then didn't see each other for years?
Yeah, it keeps things spicy.
But no, it's really, really cute, and like the way that you actually learn how manga is made in Japan, which is not a thing that a lot of people, especially here in North America, know about. It's a really cool insight into how it's made and how much work and effort.
You should actually really check out, even though it's slice of life, really check out Monthly Girls Natsuki-kun, because it's about a manga artist. It is.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely.
Fantastic. And it is on Crunchyroll. Yeah.
Woohoo!
I want Crunchyroll to pick up Pokemon as well. Just stream it or something, man. Because all 3 seasons are done and it's out, and like, I want to promote a legal way to get people to check it out, but there's not one. Aside from the manga, which is being
I'll work on it. I'll become a millionaire. I mean, I don't know if you know, but I make tens of dollars doing what I do.
Yeah, I know that's a lot.
Oh man.
I believe that you and George Washington are really good friends, but that's about the
Sometimes.
Oh, I
what?
get it. Never mind. I said cannot tell a lie. That was my first.
It's raining ones.
No, I got it. I got it eventually. I just had to be stupid first because that's how it works in my life.
Mine too. But I'm an actor, so it's kind of a requirement.
Everybody here gets to see my stupidity a lot more than anyone else. It's great.
Yeah.
But I need to go because I gotta hang out with my family.
Yeah,
I actually have to do the same.
You gotta hang out with your family.
We all kind of have to go. I actually have to go walk my dog soon because he's like, I need to go outside, and I'm like, okay, after the show.
Then I guess this is a good stopping point.
I mean, it's been almost 2 hours. I wasn't expecting it to go this long.
You're just too fun to talk to.
He is a lot.
Fact.
Next time though, we've got to go. If we're gonna get Terry to come back on, we've got to go. We've got to go for it, like the full thing. We got to get Tatum on as well.
I
Just let the
think,
two of you.
yeah, I really wanted to do, what I really wanted to do is I wanted to have a full background scene happening behind me. I really wanted to, like, everyone to be in Victorian garb and just, like, sipping on tea and shit.
That would have been hilarious.
Pinky.
So next time.
The pinky.
He and our littlest.
They don't eat the pinky. I will be severely disappointed.
He and our youngest used to have muted fights.
That is that.
That was, which is what I thought of. During one of our segments, he and our youngest used to have muted fights and as a background.
Oh, you're talking about when Swag. Okay, Swag is a segment that we still do, but it's basically the weekly updates for whatever fairy tale swag is out, and usually week by week it was like this giant long list, and it was like 5-10 minutes of just naming off all this new swag that we'd found.
It's overwhelming.
Yeah, and for us, we're not doing anything, so we're just like, we're bored. So our Wendy, who's like 11 years old, she's adorable. What we'd do is I'd hit the mute button on my Yeti mic, and then we'd go back over to the couch. And we'd just be sitting there chilling, and I'd push her, and then she'd push me, and I'd push her, she'd push me, and then I'd grab one of my plushies and just start like beating her with my plushies. So she's had so much happy abuse. And then, like, she's picked up Natsu and hit me with Natsu, and I'm like, no! And you can't even hear it because it's dubbed, but she'll be sitting there screaming,
muted,
stop hitting yourself! Stop hitting yourself! And, like, it's the worst, it's, like, the most ridiculous stuff, and I'll full screen it. I'll make us, like, the large video screen so that the fans can
Did you
watch
do that?
Craziness.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, God, it was
really
super
funny.
ridiculous. Like, at one point in time, I'm chasing her with a fly swatter, and then we disappear off camera. I hand her a belt, and then the next scene you see me getting chased by her.
You say scene.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. We go off camera, start the next scene.
That's the backdrop. It was pretty funny.
Stage place, that's exactly what it's happening.
Basically, what I'm trying to say is you should have done that.
I mean, I could just get Brittany Karbowski and just beat her. You know, whenever you guys are talking, I'll just hit her.
That would be funny.
Like one of the sweetest people I've ever met. I'm like, yeah, I'll just beat her. It's fine.
It's fine. I'll just hit her. It's whatever.
Well, same with
You're adorable. I know
Happy.
you are.
Tia Ballard is my spirit animal. I love that woman.
Tia Ballard is my Disney princess.
I love that woman to death. Yes, we've had sleepovers where we're chatting, Facebook chatting, like 2 feet away from each other. My husband's like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?" I'm like, "We're having fun."
I do that with one of my best friends.
We had her on like a long time ago. We really need to get Tia back on the show. But a lot of us, we'd had like a really, really shitty day, and then Tia came on, and 5 minutes into it,
Way better.
it was the best day ever. Like, Tia came on, and it was just she was the ray of sunshine we all needed.
Yeah, she's that really annoying ray of sunshine. I'm like, I just want to be miserable and stew in my fucking anger. And she's like, no, rainbows.
I just love the way you describe things.
Yeah, at the same time, though, we were like, okay, yeah, we have no complaints. You are happy. That's exactly what you are. You could not be cast in any other character. She is happy.
I love that woman.
Yeah.
And on that
I
note.
was going to say, on that note, is it time to... We gotta go.
Yep, that's going to be it for us, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us for as long as you have. If you are live, if you're checking this out later when it's up on YouTube in its full capacity, thank you so much. Again, guys, pay attention to the descriptions. You can find all of our links in the description below, as well as the first part that actually says in all caps, because we know some of you don't like to try and read things unless they're in all caps. It says, warning, spoilers, and adult language. So, parents, you can't say shit to us if your fucking little child listens to this.
Yeah!
Yeah!
We're safe. Yeah. But, thank you guys so much for checking all of this out, and we really appreciate it. Make sure to go by and give Terri some of your love on either the comments, definitely on her Twitter, at totally...
No.
Damn it.
Totally. At T
Huh?
Doty.
T Doty, thank you. Or you can follow her on Tumblr, because Homegirl loved a GIF.
Homegirl loves
Jokes
the
are the
best.
Seriously, you need to follow her Tumblr. That shit's funny as hell.
Yeah, and if you don't do it, like the terrorists win. So fuck you.
Alright, here's where Terry's probably gonna pull my geek card for the night. Because I've seen it all over her Tumblr, and I've never watched a single episode of Supernatural.
No, you don't lose the geek card, but Dean Winchester. Okay, I would hug Dean Winchester with my vagina.
Also, Sam.
Oh yeah, at the same time if possible, but
Right? I'd be down for that. I love Supernatural. It's so good.
Alright,
Yeah, for some
but before I lose any more credibility, good night everybody in Wienerfish. Yay!
Good night.